There's one thing that most business people ignore is understanding an audience before setting up a business or a service. So why is it important to understand your audience? Assume you're selling this pen here. You cannot sell it to everyone. You have a target person, a specific person who uses this pen, and you must understand where they hang out, why they are interested in this pen, and what they're going to use it for. So there are specific things that you need to write down when you are starting to do your audience research. Some of those things are the age of the potential client, the interest, we have things like financial capability, and the location. So these are some of the basic things that you need to understand before you set up a campaign or you start a business that is either selling a product or a service. So let's break them down one by one, starting with the first one, which is the age of the potential client. So I'm going to give you a simple example of why age matters when you are selling anything or any product to anyone. If I am selling real estate, I am a real estate business person. I'm selling buildings. I cannot sell buildings. Most of people within this age bracket are yet to have the financial capability to purchase a real estate property. There are exemptions because there are people who are able to buy this property at this age, but the number is much smaller. So to look at of the person who is likely to purchase your product or service. So number two, the interests. Now, if I am a musical artist, I would only expect to see advertisements or have inbox messages of somebody selling musical products. But if you start selling a guitar to someone, to a comedian, it wouldn't make sense. So you need to understand what are the potential interests of your clients. Where do they hang out? If it's in social platforms, where do they hang out? What shows are they watching? What blogs do they read? Which social platforms do they use the most? By understanding the kind of interests that this person has, you are likely to target the right people, because when you're setting a campaign and you define the exact interests of the people that you want to sell to, platforms like Google or Meta will show your ads based on the because they have the data, and they'll only show these ads to the right people at the right time. The third thing that we had here was financial capability. If you want to sell, or if you're targeting as, if you're selling a product that costs, let's say $50, you are not going to have the same audience as someone who sells a product that costs $5,000. There is an exception because there are some items like basics or essentials that anybody, regardless of their financial bracket, will buy. But your product must be promoted based on financial capability of your potential client. So this is usually information that is not very easy to obtain. But if you're targeting a country that allows the provision of such information to platforms that mine data, that get data and use it to promote your products, then you should consider looking at the financial capabilities of your potential client. How much do they earn? What are their spending habits? Are they likely to buy what you're selling, or are they likely not to? And the fourth thing was the location, which is one of the very important things here. The location, it can affect your campaign or business based on buying power, and there is a location based on something like coverage. So to expand this, if you are selling a product in a country in the Middle East, you are likely to have a different result as somebody selling the same product to a European country based on the need and the cost of the item. So you need to really understand, what are the chances of me selling this product in this location? Then it helps you decide if you're going to continue with the promotions or not. When it comes to coverage, usually you're advised to start with maybe a smaller region, depending on your budget and your target. Once you have set up campaigns, successful campaigns that run within that smaller region, then you can expand later. You can start selling a pen with a $5 daily budget and set your location as worldwide. The first thing is that your budget will be strained, and it means that less people will see your product. Number two is that the traffic that you'll be getting will be diluted, which will not convert. So you can have high click-through rate, but you have, so you need to understand that your target coverage affects this here. You need to filter it down to specific people or a specific location of people who are likely to buy your product before you set up a campaign or send out referrals. The first thing is we have the interests, the financial capability, which can affect it in two ways: buying power and your coverage, whether you're targeting a wide area or a smaller area. Those are likely to determine the kind of results that you get from your campaigns.